Right, so a quick little chat about microscopes. So this is a little model one that I have. It actually does work not very well. So it's an old one. So rather than having a light at the bottom, we have this mirror. So the light shines in here through a lamp or the window, and then it shines up through the sample. So what we do when we have our full-size microscope is we prepare our sample. So this needs to be something small, quite thin and light. It can be alive or dead. And we put it on a slide. So a slide is just going to be, in our case, I'm going to use a model to show us. We would just have just a little glass kind of slide. It's just a tiny thing like this made of glass, and we can either put our little sample on it and leave it like that, or we put a little other piece of glass called a cover slip on the top, and it kind of sandwiches it in there. So we put this slide on our stage. We can move these. And it's easier with glass than with a bit of plastic. And we put it in here like that. So ours is going to be much better than this. We're going to be able to just plug them in, and there'll be a light from the bottom. So we start from the top. We've got our ocular lens. So ocular lens, that's where we're going to be looking in here. When I close, it's a bit of a trick. People with long eyelashes sometimes find it hard, but you get used to it. Then the light travels down here, gets magnified by the lenses in here, and then we have little lenses down here on our, what are these called? Objective lenses. The objective lenses. So what we can do with these ones is you can spot maybe that they've got little different sizes. So they've got a small one, which is normally like 10 times, then a middle-sized one, and a larger one. These are different sizes, and then it multiplies. So if we've got 10 here and 10 here, then our object's going to be magnified 100 times, 10 times 10, 10 times 40, or 10 times 100. Depends on which one we use. We start, this doesn't turn around, on the lowest, because it helps us find everything. We're not going to squash anything. We're not going to be trying to, it's looking for a needle in a haystack if you try and look at the biggest magnification to start with. So you start with the lowest. So you've put your object down here, you've got your lowest here. What are you going to do now? Well, you've turned your light on, I've got my bad mirror, and you're looking down here. It's a bit blurry. So what we can do is we use these. I've only got this one. You'll have two different ones. So you have one so you can focus it up and down, and then you've got a finer one which will just do those little kind of tweaks. So when you've got it nearly there, you can just do the last little bits. When I help you out with doing the microscopes, because I have such bad eyesight, I take my glasses off because it makes it easier. And then I use this one to focus it, and I focus it from my eyes, and then you can just gently tweak it from there, because you generally have better eyes than I do. But you've tweaked it, you've gone, right, I can see my flea or my hair or my cell. I can see something, but it's not very much detail. So you've gone, I've got something there, I've got enough light, it's all working, and then you can turn this bit here. So you can turn it round. I can't, but you'll be able to turn it round, and then you'll be able to look and see it much closer. You'll be able to see it much closer, and then you'll be able to see your object magnified much more. If you're not sure and you can't find something, what you can do, so you might have just one flea on this whole slide, is you can just move this around. You can just move your slide, and either you can move it like this, if it's just like the bog standard kind of ones we have, you just move it around by hand gently, or what you can do if we have the fancy ones is they move around. They have little like knobs either side, and you can like move them backwards and forwards, and it kind of moves the stage without you having to use your fingers. So this is just a little microscope. Obviously ours are much bigger that you use, they're not little models, and you will actually get your hands on one eventually. So that's your microscope.